John Winston Lennon, born on October 9, 1940 in Liverpool, England, became one of the most influential musicians and cultural figures of the 20th century. His journey from a troubled childhood in post-war Liverpool to global stardom with the Beatles, and his subsequent solo career redefined popular music and inspired social change. Lennon's artistry, activism, and unfiltered honesty left an indelible mark on generations, making him not just a musician, but a symbol of peace, rebellion, and creative freedom. Lennon's early years were marked by family instability and loss. Raised largely by his Aunt Mimi Smith while his mother Julia lived nearby, he experienced a complex relationship with both women. Julia introduced him to the ukulele and records by artists like Elvis Presley, sparking his interest in music. At Quarrymen High School, Lennon was a disruptive student with artistic talent. He drew cartoons and wrote satirical pieces for the school magazine. In 1956, after his mother's tragic death in a car accident, music became an emotional refuge. That same year, he formed a skiffle group called the Quarrymen, setting the stage for what would become a musical revolution. In 1957, Lennon met Paul McCartney at a church fete where the Quarrymen were performing. McCartney's musical skill impressed Lennon, and the two quickly bonded over shared influences: American rock and roll, rhythm and blues, and early rock icons. McCartney introduced George Harrison to Lennon, and together they refined the group's sound. By 1960, the lineup solidified into what would be known as the Beatles: John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and drummer Pete Best. They began playing long sets in Hamburg's nightclubs, building stamina and tightening their performance. In 1962, Ringo Starr replaced Best, completing the iconic lineup. The Beatles' rise was meteoric, with Lennon and McCartney as the primary songwriting duo. They crafted a string of hits that defined the 1960s. Lennon's compositions, from the raw energy of I Saw Her Standing There to the introspective In My Life, showcased his versatility. As the band evolved, so did his songwriting. Rubber Soul 1965 and Revolver 1966 saw him experimenting with lyrics, studio techniques, and non-Western instruments. His curiosity and willingness to push boundaries helped transform pop music into an art form. Songs like Strawberry Fields Forever and Across the Universe revealed a deeper, more spiritual side to his creativity. Beyond music, Lennon became a cultural icon. His 1966 comment that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus sparked international controversy, especially in the US, but it also highlighted the band's unprecedented influence. During this time, he met artist Yoko Ono at an exhibition in London. Their relationship, which began in 1968, deeply influenced his personal and artistic direction. He began exploring avant-garde art, experimental recordings, and public activism. The couple's 1969 Beatles for Peace, staged in Amsterdam and Montreal, used their celebrity to promote global harmony, culminating in the anthem Give Peace a Chance. As the Beatles began to unravel in the late 1960s, Lennon pursued solo projects. He released experimental albums with Yoko Ono under the name Plastic Ono Band and Stripped Down. Emotionally raw work like John Lennon, A Plastic Ono Band 1970. His 1971 album Imagine became a landmark of his solo career, featuring the title track, a utopian anthem that remains one of the most recognizable songs in history. Other hits like Instant Karma and Jealous Guy showcased his growth as a mature, soul-bearing songwriter. In the early 1970s, Lennon and Ono moved to New York City, where he became involved in political causes, supporting labor rights and anti-Chicano and Native American activists. His activism drew the attention of the Nixon administration, which attempted to deport him. After a years-long legal battle, he won the right to stay. During this turbulent period, he separated from Ono for 18 months, a time he later called his lost weekend, marked by heavy drinking and collaborations with artists like Harry Nilsson and Ringo Starr. By 1975, Lennon had reconciled with Ono and welcomed the birth of their son, Sean. He stepped away from music for 5 years, focusing on fatherhood and domestic life. In 1980, he returned with Double Fantasy, a collaborative album with Ono that reflected newfound happiness and optimism. The single Just Like Starting Over signaled a fresh chapter. Tragically, on December 8, 1980, Lennon was shot outside his apartment building in New York by Mark David Chapman. His death sent shockwaves around the world, with millions mourning the loss of a musical and peace icon. John Lennon's legacy extends far beyond his music. He challenged norms, spoke truth to power, and used his platform to advocate for peace. His songs continue to inspire movements for social justice, and his message of love and unity resonates across generations. From the exuberant Beatlemania era to his thoughtful solo work, Lennon's evolution mirrored the cultural shifts of his time and helped shape them. Today, Lennon is celebrated not only as a founding member of the greatest band in history, but as a poet, artist, and humanitarian. Statues, memorials, and annual tributes in Liverpool, New York, and elsewhere keep his spirit alive. Schools, parks, and even an asteroid bear his name. His words are all you need is love and imagine all the people remain powerful calls for a better world. John Lennon didn't just write songs, he gave voice to the hopes of a generation, proving that art can be both deeply personal and universally transformative.